zooming in. Oh, what a knock-o-matic finish. Knocks down to 3. Yes, sir. Mark Bing is going right at Simon Sandagon.
Out the basket and one.
Action in Group A continues at the Marikina Sports Center in the city of Marikina as we bring you the second game of our triple header. Lars Sunga and the Sarangani Tenacity still searching for their very first win going up against Marion Magat and the rest of the Mindoro Tamaraws who are trying to keep in step with the teams at the top of their group. Yan po ang magkalaban. Sarangani Tenacity going up against the Mindoro Tamaraws. Magandang hapon mga kaliga. Ken Pangilinan still with Coach Christian Luanzon. And Coach Chris, with Quezon City's win earlier, it puts pressure on Mindoro to get a win here. Eh, gusto nilang umabot doon sa top 3 in their group.
It's only preseason, but you want to create a winning culture, winning habits, and it starts with how you treat games like these, yung mga preseason games. And that's a great point because that was a terrific win, a terrific game. Nonetheless, yung first game natin. So let's see kung makaka-bounce back ang Mindoro after a tough loss in the last game.
At batiin natin yung mga nanonood sa atin live on our official MPBL YouTube channel. Subscribe rin din po sa ating YouTube channel. And pag-usapan natin for Sarangani, Lars Sunga, who was probably the lone bright spot in terms of having their presence on the interior. 12 points, 10 rebounds, but just fell short in that game against Bacolod.
One of 4 players who were in double figures scoring-wise, but he was the only player, rebounding the basketball. At least nakakuha ng double figures, But they're gonna need every player, not only Lars Sunga. They're gonna need guys to step up. Again, 4 players in double figures offensively. That's good. The question is on the defensive end. Can you make the stops? Because in that game, they gave up 82 points against a average team in Bacolod.
And well, going up against a very potent offensive team like Mindoro, that's gonna be a challenge. And one guy na alam natin has provided that stability down low has been Marion Magat. Really coming in better shape in this preseason, coming up with 21 points and 5 rebounds against Jensen.
Well, what you like about Marion Magat, I see him like a slim Ken Bono, because he's the type of guy, a big man, yes, but can stretch the defense, has a little bit of those post moves. He does not have the touch of Ken Bono, because I think Ken Bono, being a former teammate, the best touch I've seen, especially for a big man. But Marion Magat certainly can stretch the defense with his shooting, has the ability at times to put the ball on the floor, has to improve more his rebounding. You saw he only had 5 rebounds. As a big man, I think it's a staple that you should at least get 8 or 10 tulad ni Lars Sunga. But ang ganda ng improvement niya, it's gonna be really good for Mindoro.
And let's see which team can emerge victorious here. Sarangani naghahanap ng kanilang unang panalo dito while Mindoro seeking their third win in Group A. Punta na natin si Richard Tampos for our starters.
Sarangani versus Mindoro. This is the 2026 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Preseason Invitational. And here's the starting unit for Sarangani, 10 Ak. Guard number 12, Mix Pascual. At forward number 13, Coy Alves. Point guard number 16, Ivan Ludubice. Playing center number 22, Chadi Rangel. At forward number 52, Lars Sunga. The head coach is Toto Duhilio. His assistants are Joshua Inocentes, Jeff Cleopas, Jock Labrador, Gilbert Cole, John Covarrubias, coaching consultant John Calios, team manager architect Andrew Bellarmino, team executives Charles Tan and JP Digno. Here are for the Mindoro Tamaraws. Small forward number 5, JC Recto. At guard, number 16, RJ Ramirez. The other guard, number 21, JB De La Cruz. Playing center number 22, Marion Magat. And at power forward number 27, Jonas Tibayan. They're led by Benji Tudoro. Assistant coaches J.R. Carlos, Drake Santos, J.C. Libunao, and Gab Malyari. Team manager Sandra Norte. And the team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro.
Starters
Honorable
for
Mayor
Sarangani,
Jennifer
Ivan Ludovice,
Ina
Mix Pascual,
Alegre Cruz.
Chadi Rangel, Lars Sunga, and Koy Alves. Mindoro with the backcourt of RJ Ramirez and JV De La Cruz. Up front are Marion Magat, Jonas Tibayan, and JC Recto. Second game of our Wednesday triple header dito po sa Marikina Sports Center. Roughly less than 2 weeks remaining sa ating elimination phase of our preseason before we head into our playoffs. The tip going to the side of the guys in white, the Sarangani 10 act or tenacity. Larsuma, si Recto ang kanyang bantay. Good execution but poor pass. Di lang nasalo ni Rangel. It leads to a turnover against Sarangani.
Tama ka rin, no? Of that first play, as Rangel, or Rangel, whatever. Getting a back pick. Pero hindi nasalo. Pero ito, nasalo na, na-shoot pa. Alley-oop pa.
Marion Magat. Because when you look at him, seems to be in much better shape compared to last season. Marsuma. This time si Alves yung pinuntahan. Pabandang tira, wala. Rebound nakuha ni JC Recto.
So you see the conscious effort, no? Probably emphasized before this game by Coach Toto. Wants everything inside. The first 2 plays, papasok sa loob ng mga big men nila. Unsuccessful nga lamang.
Recto. Wraparound pass. Tibayan in the interior. He misses. Ball will stay with the Tamaraws.
Kinulang yung English sa bola, no? Ni Jonas Tibayan, hindi kumapit dun sa board. Good thing. Mariretain nila yung possession. Na-reset pa yung shot clock.
Recto will trigger it in. Tibayan to Ramirez. Long three-pointer from De La Cruz off the heel. Battle for the rebound. Tibayan saves it to the wrong guy, however.
I thought he got pushed by Koy Alves.
Pascual steps into a 3.
Not a good shot.
And a push-off by Chadi Rangel.
Si Rangel naglalaro pa to sa ano eh. Doon sa liga namin pero sa 30 to 39 division. Oo. Kasi by...
Is it 30 already?
Yes, 30 to 39. Ongoing yung liga na yun.
Wow.
He plays for Hope Christian High School.
Ah, yeah. Sila ano? Sila Arjan De La Cruz.
Correct. Tama. Yes, mga kampi niya.
Oo.
Nagkalaban sila Gab Banal.
Tama, tinalo nila yon.
Correct. Nung isang araw lang yun. Nung isang gabi lang yun.
Sila Coach Charles Chu. Sino pa? Kyle Slough is part of that team.
Yes.
Jared
Lim.
Lim. Tired
Yes.
Lim. Tama,
Yeah.
si Jared Lim. 2-0. Sarangani yet to score here. Koy Alves puts it on the deck, challenging Marion Magat. Tall order at that. De La Cruz.
One guy that we have yet to see get the basketball or touch it, no, is si JC Recto. He's had an impressive season so far for Mindoro. After that miss, that was the Tibayan, pero nakastop sila sa transition.
Magat continues to impress. Has scored all 4 of the points for Mindoro so far.
Nice forward pass by Ramirez for the open Magat layup. Larsunga having difficulty crossing the ball. Itong pressure ni JC Recto. Natapik yung bola.
Nice lead pass to Marion Magat. 4-0. Chadi Rangel. One-hander. They finally get themselves on the board. The Sarangani tenacity.
That is the 3rd time out of 4 possessions. Sarangani, you see the emphasis, no? Giving it to their big man. Rangel puts Sarangani on the board finally after 3 minutes and change.
Magat continues to attack, averaging 12.2 points and 5 rebounds in the preseason. And he really had a hard time adjusting because he only came in during the free agency and trade window for Mindoro. You see Mayora, Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz, and Coach JC Libunao. Hits both shots from the line. 6-2 ang ating talangan. 3 minuto ang nakalipas sa ating first quarter. Boy Alves, Lars Sunga, in front of him JC Recto. What a pass! The cut inside. 2 points for Mix Pascual.
So, tingnan natin maging adjustment ng Mindoro. No? A lot of back screen actions. No? That pin down or back pick, no? sa side angles, sa wing. The second time though na ginawa ng Sarangani, successful. Nakakuha sila ng basket.
Offensive foul will be whistled on Jonas Tibayan. Ludovice against RJ Ramirez. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. De La Cruz staying in front of Ludovice.
That's just poor spacing on the part of Sarangani. Kaya walang mapuntahan si Ivan Ludovice.
De La Cruz gets the step, lays it up and in over Koy Alves.
On the other hand, JV De La Cruz saw a lot of space in transition. A nice Pelita Corrales finish.
Recto nakaagaw, Ramirez. Strong drive. And no choice but to give up the foul was Ivan Ludovice.
Look at this drive. Came from pretty much the half court and just 3 dribbles after half court. Little inside hand finish with the right. Si De La Cruz, I think he just needs consistency. Ito si JV De La Cruz. We've seen him last season when he was at Imos, right? Was it Imos?
Tama, Imos.
Yeah, Imos. And a lot of inconsistencies in terms of his play, a little bit extreme. He could come out as the best player on the floor, scoring 25, 28 points. The next game, he's going to come out flat, scoring 2. If he could be a steady 18 to 20 point scorer in this league, I think it's really going to help his squad to be a playoff team.
Especially now they're without their leading scorer last season, Ino Comboy, as Chadi Rangel with 4 points, making that jumper.
JC Recto.
From Mapua University, JC Recto.
Chadi Rangel, pinapakita, hindi lang sa loob ng pintura ang touch niya. Can stretch out to the short corner, has the touch.
JC Recto.
Short? Uy, hindi pala.
Tracing his roots here in Mindoro. Brings a different dynamic in their team. Especially that they've already tasted the playoffs for the very first time last season.
Right.
I'm sure the aspirations are much higher.
Go to the second round.
Yeah. Pascual, his team down by 5, 11-6. Skips it to Ivan Ludovice. May foul na tinawag laban sa Mindoro.
That was an excellent read, no, by Ivan Ludovice. You always tell players to read the defense before you get the ball. And Ivan Ludovice, who can also shoot from the outside, that time, as soon as he caught the ball, didn't even, did a shot fake. Just simple catch and go to the baseline. Gets himself to the line.
So, kanyang unang free throw. Kuya na siya dito, pero hindi na mahalata, no? Sa itsura. Bagets na bagets pa, oh.
Lalo na kung 16 number mo. Kasi Captain Lionheart ang ibig sabihin yan. Di ba?
Oo. nga, no? Number 16.
The legendary Alvin Patrimonio.
The 4-time PBA MVP.
Arguably the best power forward in Philippine basketball history.
De La Cruz 3, won't work. Look was there to get the rebound. Magat though fails to finish. Enzo Hoson kakapasok lang, runs into traffic. The wild save leads into another possession for Mindoro. They retain it with 14 on their shot clock. De La Cruz. The cut inside. Umawi.
Offensive foul, yeah.
Yeah. Second offensive foul whistled against Jonas Tibaya. Joseph Sedorifa and Ken Bono coming in for Mindoro.
Dalawang veterano yan.
They're missing, I think si Bambam Cabalita is out of the preseason already because of
Injury, no?
injury sa
Yeah,
kanyang nose.
I saw his post.
Boy Alves, short stab. Sarangani creeping in, cutting the lead down to 1. Poson. De La Cruz on the left side. Bantay niya si Bix Pascual. Pupukul sa 3. Yes!
JV De La Cruz now with 5 points after that 3. Also has 2 assists and 1 steal. So a solid first quarter for him.
3 won't work for Chadi. Rebound for JV De La Cruz. Sedorifa lines it up, puts it in from downtown.
So what a beautiful misdirection, simple pass by JV De La Cruz. Pinakita niya, no, na he wants to break down the defense, maybe go for a heat check. But even after the breakdown, just makes a simple pass to the corner. Sedorifa, kahit nakakapasok lamang, hindi na kailangan ng warm-up. Pasok kagad yung tira. Kita mo? Minsan yung mga simple na pasa na ganyan, the timely passes. That small window of opening, it adds more to your stats, yes, but at the same time, creates a flow to your offense.
Only his first game, Joseph Sedorifa missed out on their first 5 preseason games. Disconcerting violation against Mindoro. 2 more shots for Chadi Rangel.
I've only been to Mindoro twice. Go ahead, Ken.
MoneyPay, the digital wallet built for the community. Download now.
Once, excuse me, magaganda ba mga beach dyan? Kasi nung nandun ako, nasa mga Panalay days pa ako nun eh.
Sa Puerto Galera, di pa ako napunta eh.
Pero
dun sa Pola mismo, where...
which is part of Mindoro?
Yeah, which is where
So-
Mayor Ina Alegre Cruz is the
So
mayor.
the answer is yes, right?
Yes.
Because napansin ko yung mga kulay nila, medyo beach tan yung dating eh.
Talaga ba?
Oh, eh,
Oo nga eh.
napapadala sila. Si Sedorifa lang eh, oh. Di ba?
Oo nga, no?
Parang yang goma yung dating eh.
Oo nga.
Pero Koy Alves, after so many tries, now Koy Alves has struggled of shooting the ball quite a bit. You know, 1 of 4 before that shot. Now 2 of 5 hits his first 3.
Golden Brown ba?
Oh, medyo eh. Ito, Sedorifa back to back. Wala.
Diretso pero malakas. 17-14. From what I understand, doon talaga sila nag-e-ensayo.
Are you kidding me?
I think they... Nakausap ko si Coach JC. Alam ko
Okay.
doon talaga sila nag-e-ensayo.
Okay. Nice crossover.
Ludovice.
Yeah.
Making the move. Getting fouled.
At hindi basta-basta bantay yung iniwanan niya. Yung iniwanan niya. Good defender yan. Na si Hoson. Pero ganun kaganda yung crossover ni Ludovice.
Your guy is in.
Mr. Andrews.
Ashawn. We were mentioning that a solid playoff run against Quezon.
You have his numbers?
No, but
Maybe on the top of your head. I've always been impressed with your memory.
JJ Caspe.
JJ Caspe. Yeah.
But what stood out for me dun sa series na yun, he had a double-double in that double overtime loss. In a game where their shots weren't falling, Ino Comboy was flat during that game. It was his defense on Jodel Fuentes that really made life tough for Quezon in that series against Mindoro. And so Hoson laying it up and in.
Talk about free parking. Enzo Hoson getting inside the paint uncontested at the rim.
Tapat ang lamang ng Mindoro. Tarsunga bubukol sa tres. Gets that one in.
That is just a miscue defensively on the part of Mindoro. Just too easy of a swing to the other side. Ken Bono doing a Penny Hardaway move right there. I grew up as a Penny Hardaway fan, pero ito yung see how easy this was. Just a little lazy defensively, rotation-wise by Mindoro that time. But Ken Bono, who said you need hops to make a highlight, an almost highlight.
Former UAP MVP
Yes,
Ken
sir.
Bono. Since you mentioned Penny already,
Yeah,
nakita mo ba yung 4-point play ni JP Bilencio the other day here?
I did. Yeah, pero nakita ko sa post ni Coach Mike.
As a coach, mostly Coach Mike.
Right, and sadly, it was against one of my guys, Harold Alarcon, I believe.
Oo nga.
That's why I remember it. Pero nakabawi naman si Harold doon kasi siya ang best player ng larong yun.
Oo.
Finally! Yeah. So, apat sila, nag-best player na. Dalawa doon, hindi akong commentator ha. Para lang malinaw.
Penalty na ang Mindoro. Coach Benji Teodoro. A chance for him to be the full-time head coach here. Remember, he took over for Coach Rodney Santos last season and guided Mindoro to a 13-9 record the rest of the way. Made the play-in, survived Cebu, gave Quezon a hard time despite the sweep. And well, with them getting into the playoffs, like we said, as Ken Bono misses, point blank, got it back, wala pa din. Recto nagbabalik for the Tamaraws, still no goal. Multiple shot opportunities.
Look at
Recto
that
skying
rebound.
high, putting it in. JC Recto, how about that?
That was too many rebounds. I had a hard time counting it. But JC Recto had the last laugh with that big boy rebound and big boy finish.
It just gives a totally different dynamic to this Mindoro Tamaraw squad. JC Recto. Look at this.
This was the second rebound, kick out. And then the last one, JC Recto. There's too many springs on those hops.
43.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Coson. Bono pops out, takes the three.
Bang, bang!
Lista mo na.
I am just echoing what I heard from their bench. Patira pa lang, si Ken Bono, sumisigaw na, bang, bang!
Soft touch as always for Ken Bono. 7-second differential between shot and game clock. Besoyo, hindi may pagpag yung depensa ni Hoson. Forced shot by Koy Alves.
May libre.
Pitch ahead. What a pass! Recto though.
Sayang. Good intention.
Besoyo will not get it off in time, and that concludes a very entertaining first quarter.
To say the least. Grabe yun, ha? Entertaining ka yun. Tingnan natin sa mga highlights. Ito, first play ng Mindoro. Highlight ka agad, Ken.
That was Marian Magat, had the first 4 points. And you like how JV De La Cruz was really looking for a shot early, but Sarangani had their moments here, like Koy Alves making a jumper, but at the end of quarter number 1, Mindoro still clinging on to this 7-point lead. Mindoro lost to Jensen despite having a 16-point lead early. But Jensen just weathering the storm and coming back from that big hole.
Well, it was a game where, to your point, they were in control. Pero nag-cruise control sila ng fourth quarter. You know, they had the lead the first 3.5 minutes of the game until Nelo Santos happened, who had, you know, 8 of his 16 points in the final canto. And for a team wherein they allowed 27 points in the fourth quarter, outscored 27-15, which I'm pretty sure one of the things that their coach Benji Chodoro addressed no papasok ng larong ito. So, we're seeing the same thing now. Great start. Let's see if they could sustain this for 4 quarters. Sean Andrews, what a nice drive and a finish with the left hand.
Biggest lead of Mindoro now at 9 points.
Pasandang na layup.
Oh, shot 40% from the field in the first quarter. Alex De Soyo with Danny Marilao. Puts it up. Got fouled. 2 shots coming up. Si Recto ulit ang matatawagan ng foul.
Forced to a switch was Lars Sunga. How about the finish? Sasabayan na siya dun eh. No, kala gagamitin yung kanang kamay niya ni Ken Brillantes. Finishing with the inside hand on that side.
De Soyo still rounding out to form, averaging 6.5 points here in the preseason. Former San Sebastian Golden Stag.
Nagsabay ba to? Pati sila Are?
Oo,
Are, no?
kasama sila. Under Coach Egay Maaraya. Diretso pero malakas para kay Enzo Hoson. Sunga, pinasa kay Danny Marilao sa loob. Tungo siya sa 15-foot line for 2 shots.
I-review yan kasi tumama yung kamay sa board, tinapik yung board. Yun yung kino-contest ni Coach JK. And I think he has a point.
Foul number 23, Ashton Andrews, his first. Second team foul.
Will they review it though?
Mindoro naman sinasabi, bakit i-review? Wala naman challenge. But, you know, tulad nung, and I quote, tulad nung binanggit mo nung first game. No?
Sabi ko.
Sa MPBL, nire-review lahat dito. Again, si Ken Pangilinan ang nagsabi nun.
Sa discretion naman nila, pwede i-review yan.
Oo, yun na nga. Oh, counted to? Hindi.
Hindi, 2 free throws lang eh.
Completos na. I disagree. I disagree.
Danny Marilao at the line. Kasama-sama ulit sila ni Coach John. Season 1 pa lang.
Prodigal son to.
Kaya nga eh. Season 1 with Caloocan, with Coach John.
Tapos in between, yun nga, kaya prodigal, nawala ng bahagya.
Mabalik-balik
Looking
pa rin.
quote-unquote for greener pastures maybe. We don't know the story. Pero at in the end, sabi nga ni Gary B, babalik ka rin.
He's actually facing his former team, Mindoro. The team he started with last season as Jonas Tibayan gets the one-hander to go.
Finally gets one to go. No, Jonas Tibayan after a couple misses early in that first quarter. That's nice move with a jump hook.
Binanggit mo si Gary B. Nung isang araw lang, nandito yung anak niya eh, si Gab V. Gab
Dito sa Paliginan?
Oo nga.
Okay.
Nanood siya ng game yata ng Ilagan.
Sedorifa!
Lumusot.
Alabano Ginobili!
Ganun-ganun lang, 12 na ang lamang ng Mindoro, 32-20.
Lumusot yung pasa, no? Ay, medyo mababa yung pasang yun, pero etong si Bunyag, mukhang hindi handa na. Nakatalikod kasi siya sa bola eh.
Yeah.
Makita mo to, oh. Shot fake, drive, side step.
Golden brown nga talaga yung skin color.
Business one coming in for
Pwedeng requirement din kasi di ba? Eh, halos lahat sila ganyan. Si Mayorina, ganyan din ang medyo tandem. Kaya nga ang unang tanong ko dahil isang beses pa lang nakapunta ron, mukhang magaganda yung mga beach doon.
Hindi ka nag-beach
Nasabi
doon.
mo ba, doon sila nag-ensayo?
Sa Pola.
So I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Kaya pala itong si Bambam,
Oh.
medyo maputi-puti ito lalo nung nasa beda to. No, Bam? Sigurado ako nanonood yan
No, nanonood yan.
Kobe! Always proud of Bam Bam, former teammate of mine.
Brillantes. Bumutas galing sa tres.
I like how that sounded. And a much-needed basket for Sarangani. Trims the lead down to single digits.
Sean Andrews turns down the shot. Attacks. Absorbs contact but no whistle. Desoyo tatakbo. Pinasahan si Brian Lakap. Looks away. Takes the free. No good. Ball tracked down by Sean Andrews. 3 of 7 ang Sarangani. 3 of 10 ang Mindoro from beyond the arc. Andrews, hanap ng papasahan, it goes to Tibayan. Sedorifa. 8 seconds left on their shot clock. One-on-one against Danny Marilao. Sedorifa got blocked. Lock up, lost his footing.
Somebody's open.
Marilao decides to attack, take it upon himself, and he will score.
Who needs an open guy? Especially when you're the prodigal son. Siya ang nakapalpal and has every right. Siya pa nakakuha ng loose ball. He might as well stick with it for the finish. Has his own version of a sidestep right here. Napa-time out si Coach Benji.
Nagbabalik po ang MPBL preseason. Coach Toto Dohilio and Sarangani staging a little bit of a comeback here, cutting the lead down to 7, 32-25. Muli po Ken Pangalinan kasama si Coach CP Luwanzon _9.
There you go.
Tama!
Yeah.
Oh, di ba? Bola na tapik palabas. It will stay with the Tamaraws. With 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Baseline inbound, Jonas Tibayan. Bola nakuha ni Ramirez. What a pitch inside. Magat though, just can't finish. Marilao, tinukot, bumitbit, wala. Got it back. Laka, pupukol sa tres. Ayaw pa din. Rebound by Sean Andrews. De La Cruz is back in for the Tamaraws. No JJ Caspe today for Mindoro. De La Cruz.
Good pass.
Andrews back outside to Tibayan. Shot clock at 4. Tibayan. De La Cruz for free. Almost got it in with the shot clock winding down.
So yun, wala na magawa rin, no? Dahil makukuha na ni Sean Andrews yung offensive rebound doon. Sean Andrews has been aggressive on the glass. That would have been his second offensive rebound coming off the bench. A good foul nonetheless. At sabi ni Kuya Bambam,
Oh,
maghanda raw tayo sa kanya sa upcoming season.
bakit?
Mask, Kobe daw ang version niya dahil
Hanep.
sa kanyang injury. And if my memory serves me right, that was the MVP season of Kobe, yung first part of the season of 2008. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali,
Yun yung sa All-Star niya nakuha kay Dwayne Wade.
kay Dwayne Wade.
Sean
So,
Andrews.
ang ibig sabihin ba nun
Oh,
mag-MVP rin kaya itong si Bambam? Tingnan natin.
pag nataon, oldest MVP na MPBL.
Ay, Ken Pangilinan po, nagsabi nun Kuya Bambam. Besoyo.
So yung nakabutas sa tres. 6 na lang ang lamang ng Mindoro, 34-28.
Who's our oldest MVP so far, though? I know all of them are young. Has Marky won the MVP?
I don't think so. Defensive Player of the Year.
No?
Kasi
In
that's
MVP running lang siya, no? And in the
Oo.
first 2 or maybe 3 seasons ng Liga.
Season 1, Balacuña. Season 2, Gap
Banal, yeah.
Manny Pay is a digital wallet built for the community. John Wilson, Season 3.
Correct. Of San Juan during
JC
that time.
Marcelino, Season 4. Then back
Of
to back.
Zamboanga during that time.
Back to back si Balti. And then David Defonso.
Correct. So walang matanda ron. All in their mid-20s at least.
Oo.
No?
Oo. Si John Wilson nasa 30s.
30s na ba yan? So John
Oo.
Wilson was
Probably
or
was.
is currently the oldest player to win the MVP
Yeah.
during that time.
Right.
But even up to this point, as Magat, with the offensive rebound, wala. But a cleanup by RJ Ramirez. Athletic, no? Yung mga guards sa Mindoro.
Tinulak si Coy Alves.
Already the 10th offensive rebound, Ken. Nasa first half pa lamang tayo
Yeah.
by Mindoro.
Something that was a weakness for them last season. We have a timeout with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Mindoro still ahead by 6:30. Babalik po ang Liga ng Bawal Pilipino sa Marikina Sports Center. Slide inbound for the Sarangani Tenacity. Alex Desoyo pulling up just inside the arc, straight and in to cut the lead back down to 4, 36-32.
That was off a timeout, but I'm not so sure if that was a drawn-up play. Nonetheless, Desoyo showing he has the ability, even as a guard, to create his own shot.
Ramirez.
Palpal.
Palpal. Nandoon si Tibayan. Wala. Fake foul on Sarangani.
Giving up another, or 2 offensive rebounds rather, on that play is Sarangani. And yet, they're only down by 4.
Yeah. Masingit ko lang, no? Nagpapabate ng happy 83rd birthday ang lola ng ating stream operator, si Joseph Yanga.
Happy birthday po.
Si Lola Deli from Yanga family.
Happy birthday po, Lola.
Yes.
Napaka-precious po niyan. I grew up being a Lola's boy, Ken, and treasure the years, no, ni Lola Deli. 83 years. What a wonderful blessing.
Yeah.
Hindi nalalayo, no? Yung edad niya ni Lola Deli. 10 taon lang ang pagitan.
Okay.
Bilib ako sa'yo, Ken, eh. Isipin
Bakit?
mo, nandito ka pa rin sa production. Di ba na? Even at your age.
Kaya nga going strong pa din.
Yan, importante.
4 na minuto na lang ang nalalabi. 40-32. Sa mga maniniwala
Bahala na kayo.
oo. Kung gusto nyo magdala kayo ng pamaypay dito. Ay na kami paypayan dito ni ng floor director namin
Nakita mo naman to. Jonas Tibayan, again, after missing his first couple shots in the first quarter, has found a rhythm and has made his last 2, even some free throws. Na-shoot ba niya yung mga huli free throw niya?
Pasok.
Yeah? Na-distract kasi ako sa edad mo tsaka yung pati. Tsaka doon sa binati mo. Kaya hindi ko napansin yung free throws ni Tibayan. Na-focus tayo doon sa edad mo.
Mas malapit sa jersey. Mas malapit sa jersey number nito yung edad mo
Grabe ka naman, no? Talaga si Koy Alves pa yung napili mo. Kahit sa katawan, malayo Kita mo naman kondisyon ni Koy Alves
Yung jersey number nga.
Yun na nga
Magat secures the rebound. Yung score ng Sarangani, dyan nalalapit yung edad ko.
Yes, sir.
Yan. 40-33. Mindoro with a 7-point lead.
Nice drive by JV.
De La Cruz, wala. Rebound nakuha ni Koy Alves. Marilao. Bumulong palabas yung kanyang layup.
Bagat na naman,
Ay, ayaw pa din. Pascual. Pass tap by Tibayan. And
Larsunga not happy.
Magat will make up for that miscue earlier.
Once is
Scoring.
enough, Kasi Larsunga hindi masaya. Kasi tama naman siya, Siya yung libre sa corner. Pinilit yung pasa sa loob. I believe that was Ludovice. Tulad nitong tira. Pinilit pero nandun si Prodigal Son.
Danny Marilao with 4 points, 3 rebounds. Fast break points. Mindoro has the edge here, 9-3. Nice backdoor. De La Cruz though, can't finish.
Now, walang karapatan magalit doon si Bagat. Siya yung pumasa na mintis ni De La Cruz. Dahil ganun din yung naging mintis. Dito si Bagat, but obviously sorry miss for Mindoro. Lead could have been 11 with those 2 layups. Papasok ngayon si Ken Bono, papalitan si Jonas.
Benji Jimenez din, nasa loob na.
Sinadya ng dalawang coaches doon.
Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Meron nito niyan, ha?
Ito talaga
meron
yan.
Parang si Ken Bono din yan. He can stretch the floor and shoot from the outside. Ang difference ng kaliwete.
Ramirez.
Tingnan mo.
Bono. Wala. Magat,
There you
rebound
go.
ulit.
There
Put
you
back
go.
is good plus a foul.
Already his 7th rebound, Ken. And this is one thing we mentioned at the top of the coverage. Can he get more than 5 rebounds? Nabanggit mo yan. Ang average niya sa preseason, 5.
Yeah.
Nakuha niya nung last game, 5. If he could increase his scoring and his rebounding in a consistent basis, now you're looking at a team that could probably finish top 4 in their conference.
South, no? 45-35. Balik sa 10 ang lamang ng Mindoro. Tapikan. Napunta kay Bono. The pitch ahead. Kudyamat. Will lay it up and in. Kakapasok lang yan off the bench.
He needed all of that spin sa basketball, no? Parang na-miscalculate niya yung hakbang niya Tingnan mo to, Ken. Ayan, no? Medyo malayo. Wala, maaga yung pick-up. Buti na lang. Pumasok.
Extends the lead to a dozen. 47-35. We have a timeout. Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz making the trip here to Marikina. Sobrang lungkot yan, natalo sila sa sa Quezon. She was lamenting on few key plays down the stretch that could have gone their way. But she's happy that they've made their very first appearance in the playoffs after so many tries. Ivan Ludovice floats it up and in for Sarangani.
Saan nangyari yung larong yun?
Saan yun? Sa Malolos.
Okay.
Yun yung dalawang sa history yata ng MPBL. Noon nang nangyari na dalawang game, nag-double overtime sa playoffs.
Okay. Did you cover that game?
Yeah.
As you see this high-low play by Magat. Okay. Kaya pala hindi mo makalimutan din.
Oh.
I would have remembered too. Sunga finally gets the ball. If I'm not mistaken, only his second field goal. I gotta double check. Yeah, second field goal. 5 points. After hitting that first 3 early in the first quarter.
Ramirez, kick out pass. Bono from the corner. Could get that one to fall.
Ang lamig si Ken Bono after hitting his first shot in the first quarter. This is his last 2. Ito yung atake. Sumunod si Ramirez. And makes the defense pay, Larsunga.
Mindoro in penalty, so 2 free throws coming up from Ryan Lakap. Kyle Perez coming in, replacing Marion Magat. Lakap played for Val City last season. It's the first free throw. Naglaro din to for Mapua. With guys like Pao Hernandez. Malakas yung pangalawa. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. RJ Ramirez against Ivan Ludovice. Gets past it. Pass outside to Sedorifa. Wants to back down Ludovice. Turnaround jumper. Too sharp. What a pass though inside. Kudyamat could not handle it. It will result into a turnover by Mindoro.
A good stand nonetheless by Sarangani, even after giving up another offensive rebound, but they get the block on Kudiamat and should have the last say for this quarter, the last possession.
Ludovice working on RJ Ramirez. 6 seconds left. Ludovice. Pass outside, Lakap drives, fouled just before time expired. And he will get himself 2 shots at the line.
Oh, what an excellent read right there by Ludovice. And the re-screen, I believe, by Jimenez. Because of that re-screen, he was able to blow by 2 defenders that led to this one. Now they're gonna check if it's an unsportsmanlike foul, I believe, but I don't think it will be. Or kung may oras pa, yun ba? Oh, yung oras pa.
If it came before
or
time
after,
expired.
yeah.
And yun nga, if meron pang oras na nantira.
Because that means it's going to be 2 free throws para sa Sarangani, and if it favors them, and then have a chance to score, I believe they're going to have the first possession to start the third, so
they will.
They could have a mini run.
47-40 is our current score. So foul will be called on Kyle Perez. Pero wala na yata oras eh.
Apart ng review yan, aside from checking, kung pasok pa sa oras yung pagtawag, yung natitirang oras. To your point.
I think ito yung di na. Palagay ko, di na sila no, they'll put some time on the clock. Okay. Point 3. 3/10 of the second remaining. Lock up back at the line.
And if I'm Sarangani, I'm still putting rebounders underneath. If this is a miss, 0.3, enough time
Tip in.
for a quick tip in. But it's only Koy Alves that I see. Pero may lamang siya sa height kay Sedorifa. Yun yung buti na lang pumasok.
Puntik na.
Oh.
Okay, Mindoro will call for a timeout. They'll inbound it all the way to the backcourt. We'll be right back. Three-tenths of a second left. Sedorifa. Ramirez hoisting up a shot from beyond half court. That will do it here in the first half. Mindoro had their biggest lead up by double figures, while Sarangani able to catch up at the conclusion of this second quarter. Mindoro still holding on to this lead at a half, 47-42. halftime score po natin ay 47-42. Lamang ang Mindoro against Sarangani by 5. And this was a half where Mindoro was in the lead all the way. They had their biggest lead at 12 points, but Sarangani finishing out the quarter strong. 7-0 run to cap off the second quarter.
Tama ka dyan, no? And big thanks to the 9 points of Koy Alves. I would say a quiet 9 points. And you see the rebounding department controlled by Mindoro. Field goal shooting. Sarangani naman ang namayadi doon. And the free throws, which was a big part, no, of why they were able to somewhat slow down itong Mindoro. Because when you get fouled, you know, they got 18 attempts at the line and you have a chance to set up your defense. Yun nga lamang sa inside points, medyo na-dominate sila. You know, minus 12 sila ron. But Koy Alves leading the way scoring-wise. 9 points. Kaya 5 puntos lang ang kanilang finiface na deficit dito.
Alex De Soyo with 6. Mindoro with Marian Magat getting himself going early with 11 points. Lone guy in double figures in this game so far. Jonas Tibayan with 6 and 5 each from Joseph Sedorifa and JV De La Cruz. Sarangani still searching for their first win. Mindoro with a win here. They will move up to 3-3 in the win-loss column. Third quarter here. Sarangani getting the possession. Vince Pascual lobs it inside. Koy Alves sa loob. At may foul laban sa Mindoro.
Sorry miss right there by Koy Alves, the leading scorer in the first half. It was just a simple horns play, no, and trying to scram defensively since they switched the initial action up top. Masyadong huli na, no, yung pag-rotate nila ron. Na-foul si Koy Alves. Tingnan natin kung makakonvert siya. Miss yung una.
Coach John Calios.
Napailing na lang.
9 seconds in. Coming out empty on that trip. JV De La Cruz, Enzo Hoson, Marion Magat, Jonas Tebayan, and RJ Ramirez ang magkakasama sa loob for Mindoro as Ramirez getting the step, laying it up and in.
A beautiful zipper play to start the third quarter for RJ Ramirez. And that was a screen away for JV De La Cruz. If they run that play again, JV is probably going to hit the next shot, but they force a turnover. That's a push.
Off the steal by RJ Ramirez. Tinulak ni Larsunga galing sa likod.
You see RJ Ramirez right now on the strong side post. Pagtanggap niya, he's gonna receive a screen from Jonas Tibayan, and you can expect Jonas to screen away right there kay JV De La Cruz. Right there. Don't call me a prophet.
De La Cruz extends the lead to 9. Chadi Rangel straight to the cup for 2.
Let's see if they run it again. I don't think they will. This is a different play right now. A different play calling. It's going to end up top ball screen, attack on the one side, and De La Cruz will get back-to-back baskets. His name can be too easy.
Oo, masyadong madali. Parehong baskets. Ludovice pumukol sa 3. Niluwa. Tibayan the rebound.
Parang first attempt pa lang niya yun, no? Ludovice. Sa 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
JV, this time from mid-range, can get that one to fall. Koy Alves grabs and goes for Sarangani. Try to locate Larsunga, ball off his knee. Bola babalik sa Tamaraos.
Not sure if Koy Alves is capable. Kaya sinasabihan siya ni Coach JK. Pass the ball to the guard. Ends up in a turnover. A chance once again to set up a play. They run the same play right here.
Ramirez. Magat, pinilit, pero nandoon para linisin yung bintis si Jonas Tibayan.
Just failing to deny the flasher na si Magat was Chadi Rangel. And even though Magat missed that, it opened up the offensive rebound for Jonas Tibayan. Alves with a finish. Mas gusto yung mas mahirap.
Yeah, tough finish ng Koy Alves. Also now in double figures.
First player for Sarangani in
Yeah.
double figures.
De La Cruz. Tibayan susubok sa tres. Magat with another rebound.
Rebound number 8 for Marian Magat. 13 points
Yeah.
for him.
13 and 8 for Marian Magat. Coming off that 21.5 rebound outing. And a foul against the Tamaraws.
This was the offensive rebound. Another easy basket. It's been a common word or adjective that we've been using in this quarter, and obviously not a good sign for Sarangani.
Yeah. Bakit? Rangel to mixed Pascual. The offensive rebounds have been key for Mindoro.
Unforced turnover.
Kanina kasi, dami ring offensive rebound ng ano eh. Previous game was Quezon City and
Kaya mo yan, kaya mo yan. Bataan.
Bataan, tama. And they won that
And
game.
I'm the one that's older.
Malina na, nagkalamasan na ng edad, magkalinawan lang tayo.
Yeah.
Ayan.
But that's not the point I'm trying to prove. Si Pascual, I believe is first 3.
First or second? Tama, first 3.
Yeah, of this game.
How about Marian Magat? Tuloy-tuloy ang kanyang pagbulusok dito. 15 points. 10 nang lamang. Ludovice pupukul ulit sa 3. Short.
Not a good shot.
De La Cruz.
This is a good shot.
And it is a good shot because it is a made free from Enzo Oson.
So kahit mintis yun, good shot pa rin yun. But nonetheless, yung chances nun para pumasok, mataas. And Olson does that. Chadi Rangel, offensive rebound, wala. Eto na naman, ang Tamaraws.
Takbo na naman tayo. Ayan na naman si Marion Magat. 17 puntos. 6 coming here in the third quarter.
He wants to flip the script. In the last game, he was also the best player stats-wise, but because they lost that game, obviously, iba ang nag-best player. Tonight, they seem to be heading that way. Tignan natin.
Head of Operations, Aldi Relubin, Ascom Satar.
Mas marami na sila.
Dami nila.
Oo, tatlo. Si Sunday Salvacion yata yun. Tama ba?
Parang.
Sunday Special?
Oo nga, no?
Oo! Idol!
Siya ang huling nagbigay ng championship sa Benilde, di ba? Sa NCAA.
That is correct. And baka kailangan na ibalik yung kanyang birth certificate, no? I-revision. Matagal-tagal yan, pero Sunday Salvacion, if I may add also, former MPBL player. Is
team?
it something that I know that you're not aware of? This has to be a miracle.
Anong team?
Huh?
Nalimutan ko.
If I'm not mistaken, Navotas. Dahil yun yung unang team, Navotas, di ba? Oh, dahil yun yung unang team ni Councilor Elvis Tolentino, Councilor ng Marikina, Coach Elvis Tolentino, dahil siya ang coach noon at papasok tayo sa Coaches Challenge so magagap tayo.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Kita mo talaga, Dek, ha? Basta may nagpapaypay dito. Talagang may airtime, ha? Ha? Successful challenge. Oh. Nawala talaga. At ito, nawala na rin yung momentum ng Sarangani as JC Recto can finish. Enzo Oson lines it up for 3. He's feeling it here in the third quarter.
That was an impressive basket by Enzo Oson because he did not receive the best of a pass but was able still to knock it down for his back-to-back 3. De La Cruz gusto sundan, short.
Tulis. Agawan sa bola, nandoon si JC Recto who will finish strong for 2. This lead up to 20, 69-49.
Fortune favors the masipag. JC Recto nakuha na ng kalaban ng bola pero dahil naging mas masipag siya, naagaw pa niya at na-shoot niya ito right here. This is actually a rebound, sorry, not a steal. And you see those pump fakes and then the finish.
Lakas din talaga ng grip sa bola nito ni JC Recto.
Nakita mo, no? Yung hawak niya sa bola, alam mong strong siya sa ball.
Yeah. Boy Alves, susubok ng tira galing sa labas. Wala. Sa loob, supalpal, inabot ni Sunga kay Magat. Marilao, susubok sa 3. Ayaw. Rebound, Enzo Oson. Past the midway point of the third quarter. Oson. Pass outside, they swing it. JV De La Cruz. Balik sa kanya sa loob.
Oh my goodness. They're toying right now with the defense.
Having it easy right now itong Mindoro. Lars Sunga gliding in. Recto grabs it.
Kondisyon no? Kasi Recto.
Kaya lang, nawala sa kanya yung bola. Marilao took an extra step. Napaaga yung take-off ni Erdani.
Kita mo to, give it up to get it back.
Ilang points na si JV. Dami na si JV De La Cruz. 11 points.
Sa basketball mo lang gagawin yun, yung give it up to get it back. Huwag mong gawin sa asawa mo yun. Never give up your wife.
Alright, MoneyPay, the digital wallet built for the community. Nasa ano yan ngayon Nasaan pa si Mrs. K? Sa Shangri-La yata.
Si Naj.
Sa Shangri-La.
Ay.
Ay, hindi, sa Crown. Sa Crown Plaza pala.
Pasalubong na.
Oo. Inaabangan ko pag-uwi.
Na naman, assist na naman, basket na naman, layup na naman.
That's assist number. How many assists do they have? 18 assists.
Yun, finally, lakap. Nakabutas.
Pero kita mo, not letting up itong Mindoro.
Attacking quickly even after the made basket on the other end. To your point, yun lang, turnover.
So, palitan ng tao dito. Isa sa move earlier by Brian Langkap.
Good strong move.
First time mo ba i-cover Mindoro sa preseason? Hindi pa, no? Hindi naman, no?
I think this is the second time.
Second time.
Oh.
Yesoyo leaning in. Shot is short. Got it back. Jimenez. Meron siya niyan, kaya lang sablay. Josh Tagala from San Beda University coming in. Recto can't find the range on that 3.
Recto involved once again, keeping that loose ball alive.
Now GR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. 6 seconds a shot clock ng Mindoro. Bunyag blocked. A second remaining. Recto did not recognize that shot clock was winding down, and it's going to be a shot clock violation against the Tamaraws.
Just too comfortable with their lead right now. At times, the tendency ng koponan is to be too unselfish.
Yeah.
Yun yung nakita natin sa last possession. Naputokan ng shot clock.
Alves, lone guy, double figures for Sarangani. Larsunga makes his move at the baseline. May foul against RJ Ramirez.
Naapiran, saglit. Yun lang, sa ulo, no? Kaya napilitan ng ating officials to call a foul.
So we still have the game later between Bacolod and Jensan.
Uy, nakaw.
Pasok yan para kay Larsunga.
Illegal, ha? Yung legal na nakaw, ha?
73-53. Josh Tagala.
Sona? Sona ba to? Looks like it.
Rick Acosta drives baseline, lays it up and in.
Mapatao, mapasona. Dinisregard na lang in depensa. Nakashoot pa rin itong Mindoro.
Benji Jimenez, masyadong malakas. The throw ahead. Ramirez. Acosta for free. Bucket! Player to ni Coach Gino Manansala with St. Clair. Si Rick Acosta.
Na naman? Haba na nga ng listahan na yun.
Kaya nga eh. Bunyag. Kala ko sasalpak eh. Just lay it up and in. Adding some size dito sa front court ng Mindoro. Recto again. Bunyag. And at this point, it's just Mindoro going through the motions.
Exactly. It's just one highlight after another. Already the 8th assist for RJ Ramirez. The last 3 happened in the last 3 fast breaks. This was one of them. The behind the back with the left too.
Playing without Bam Bam Gamalinda, JJ Caspe, and yet establishing this massive lead. Larsunga can't hit the bonus free throw.
Hindi kinailangan si Kobe ngayong gabi.
Nung nagko-cover kami ni Coach Mike nung San Juan, kasi di ba natuwa ka, best player si Harold.
Siyempre.
Napanood mo ba yung highlights ni Harold?
Hindi pa. Hindi ko na kailangan makita.
Ha?
Bakit?
Hindi.
Okay, bakit? Sige.
Mala Kobe din yung mga galaw niya
Galawan
doon eh.
niya?
Oo. Sanay ka na doon.
Ha?
Sanay ka na.
Sanay na.
I mean, he and JP Belenchon were going at it the whole game.
Okay.
And I think nung naka 4-point play si JP sa kanya, doon na siya nagtuloy-tuloy.
Si Harold.
Oo, si Harold.
Okay. Look at the scoring this quarter.
Pang isang half na yan, ha?
Grabe yan, ha? It's complete domination by Mindoro in this quarter. After only leading by 5.
Yun na nga eh. That's the
After
thing.
2 quarters, so
Boy Alves.
completely flat this quarter. Obviously, itong Sarangani and Koy Alves, you see him limp. Natapilok siguro to.
Yeah, missed couple of free throws to begin the game, to begin the quarter rather. That could have cut it down to 3 points. And since then, nagtuloy-tuloy na itong Mindoro Tamaraos. This is a new dynamic they're bringing right now, talking about Mindoro. Because at times, I don't know if you agree with me with this, Coach Chris, at times they were too reliant on that outside shot. Especially
From Wendell Comboy.
Oo, Comboy. Pero ngayon, well, it's an outside shot still. But you see the versatility that the new acquisitions have brought in. RJ Ramirez.
JC Recto, a part of that new acquisition,
Oo.
right? Tama?
Si JC.
I think he's their biggest fish. Nakuha nila this offseason. Adds more athleticism. That's the most glaring one to the team. But I just think he plays with fire.
Yeah.
And that can be contagious. Yung kanyang high intensity type of play on both ends. Huwag na kayong magulat kung si Kobe mismo, si Bambang Gumalinda talagang bumalik yung kanyang hops this season kasi wala siyang choice kundi sabayan. Itong si JC Recto sa practice kasi sasabayan niya rin yan eh.
Sarangani, may hirapan habulin itong kalamangan na na-build na nitong Mindoro.
Ako na magsasabi,
Oh.
hindi na sila makakahabol.
Ayan eh, mga play na ganyan, napakadali.
Baka maibaba lang nila. Pero kung ganito, miss, pasa, layup, unless baguhin nila yan, hindi na sila makakahabol.
We are here in the fourth quarter. Sarangani and Mindoro and the Tamaraws. Wow, look at that output in the third period. 40 points compared to only 16 for Sarangani. Nasa loob na si Rodel Paigan, who immediately jacks up
What
a
a
three.
rebound again!
Dinukot lang ni JC Recto.
Ibang klase, no? Dumakot ng rebound to si JC Recto.
Paigan comes away with the rebound. JC Recto. Third quarter field goals. Wow. 18 out of 29. That's just too much if you're the defense. Especially when you consider Mindoro was just 17 out of 49 in the first half, and then you give up 18 of 29 in the third.
Lock up for three.
Bunyag rebound. Alam mo yung katabi mo dyan, Coach Chris, ha? Mabanggit ko lang, legend dito sa Marikina yan.
Sino to?
Yeah, si Jepoy.
Bakit?
Yung ano natin, sa station natin.
Bakit?
Legend dito yan sa Marikina.
Talaga?
Oo. Pinapakuhanan ko nga kay Derek eh.
Lock up once again.
Niluwa.
Wala. Once again.
89-58.
Recto once again. Pasok. Once again. It's just too easy.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's one thing to lose a ball game, but to lose a ball game like this, there's really no excuse for it.
Yeah.
Especially, considering how you played in the first half. Again, only down by 5.
Right.
And that's something that's really mind-boggling to me, because I will never understand how you could play so well in a basketball game the first 20 minutes, and when it matters the most, the last 20 minutes, which the outcome of the game is dictated, no, sa third and fourth quarter, and you suddenly play flat.
Yeah.
And obviously the numbers we showed contribute to that. But on the defensive end, yun na naging resulta nun. It's just one layup after another. After 1 to 2 passes from 94 feet.
40 points in the third. Unfathomable if you're Sarangani. Danny Marilao at the line.
Now that's why if I'm Sarangani, and I'm obviously speaking as a coach here,
Yeah.
I don't want to see anyone smiling inside the court, even on the bench, because a 1-point loss should affect you. What more, a 31-point loss in counting.
Oo. Sedorifa. No good. Tapi ka ng bola. Napunta kay Danny Marilao.
So this is a good sign. Now they get a stop. Let's see if they can convert.
Ludovice attacks the paint. And he'll head to the line for 2 shots. Recto picking up a foul. Kyle Perez comes in. Coach Greg Santos having a conversation with JC Recto. MoneyPay is the digital wallet built for the community. Pasok, unang free throw ni Ivan Ludovice. Former San Beda Red Lion.
Pasay Voyager,
Yeah.
champion with Davao.
Season 3, no?
Season
Tama.
3, yes, the bubble. The bubble
bubble.
season, yeah. Saan pa ba naglaro ito, si Ivan, after that?
Ivan, yeah, Pasay.
Sedorifa, drop step.
Yeah, drop step moves.
Too easy once again. 7 points for him.
93-61 lockup. Drills in the free. Down to 29. Josh Tagala, also a former San Beda Red Lion. Nanalo naman ng championship with Coach
Sino?
si Josh Tagala.
Talaga?
Yeah. Bakit?
Okay.
Promise.
Yeah. Si Tagala?
Oo.
Talaga?
Oo. Talaga.
Okay.
Talaga si Tagala.
Okay.
Ha?
Just checking if your tongue is twisted.
Medyo nabuhol ng bahagya. Sedorifa.
Oh, hinahabol mag-double digit.
First game niya ito eh.
Oh, ayan, pang 10 na to.
Ayaw.
Short lamang.
Ayaw talaga.
Tulak. Good foul.
Yeah, gave up the foul on running Alex De Soyo. So wala man si Kuya Bam. Diyan si Joseph. Ano, possible unsportsmanlike foul?
Alam mo si Bam, nanonood yan eh. Di ba?
Oh.
Alam mo Bam, alam ko nanonood ka.
Ah.
Dagdagan mo yung pinag-uusapan namin dito. Ano ba talaga first name mo? Kasi...
Riego, di ba?
Ha?
Riego.
Riego ba?
May junior ba yun? Hindi, basta alam ko Riego.
Tama ba, Bam?
Ayan o, yung legend. Ang legend ng Marikina Basketball, si Jepoy Arboleda. Ayan. Ha? Daming pinaya. Ha?
Pinsan ni Harold.
Pinsan ba ni Harold to? Si Jepoy.
Arboleda.
Pinsan nga, oh. Oh, di ba?
Hindi nga.
Oo nga.
Eh bakit mas magandang lalaki to? Si Jepoy.
Oh, Jepoy, sasabihin mo.
Mukhang nagkamali ng pili si Roma.
Unsportsmanlike foul, ha? Tinawag doon. I think because he wasn't going for the ball.
Yeah, but now it brings me back to my point in the first game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you remember this. That
Oo.
happened almost in front
Yung
of us.
hindi na na-review.
Hindi na ni-review pero hinila rin.
Oh,
No?
ganun din yun eh. De Soyo, his struggles continue.
Now he has to make this one because if he misses two free throws, eh, mapaputunayan na ball don't lie. Ayun.
BDL.
So mukhang hindi unsportsmanlike foul yun. Napailing na lang si Coach JK.
Kanina pa yan.
Haba naman, eh, ikaw ba naman tambakan ng ganito kalaki, lalo na sa second half lamang. Napakaraming iling dapat ang makita ng mga players sa'yo.
Isa ring bedista to, Rodri Tolentino. So the first stringers have come in for Mindoro. May foul laban kay Vaigan. Rodri Tolentino.
Another uncontested layup.
Yeah. Played for CEU, transferred to San Beda. Ludovice. Sunga hits his second triple.
A bright spot for the moment para sa Sarangani.
When you look at Mindoro, Coach Chris, what do you think is the next step for them if they want to go deep into the playoffs?
That's a good question. And Yeah, I think they're a deeper team. Obviously, nabanggit natin kanina, they added more athleticism, specifically with JC Recto coming in the fold. But I think their bench, because the next question is, with a long season, injuries will always be a part of your team. Right? So, especially if the important players like Recto, De La Rosa, JJ Caspe, he's another baller. He's injured right now. Can the other guys step up to the plate? Because there are certain stretches wherein you need these guys to step up, maybe win you 2 to 3 games to keep the team in stride or maybe afloat, depending on where they are in that situation.
We have a timeout. We'll be right back after the short break. Happy Women's Month, mga kaliga.
Ngayong buwan ba yun?
Oo. Parang hindi ka naniniwala.
Lagi ako napapaisip pag galing sa'yo.
Ayan, Ron Ray Tolentino, niluwa yung kanyang tira. Lakap got fouled.
Pero hindi landing spot, no?
Parang
Landing spot
hindi.
ba?
Hindi yata. More of a bump after the shot. Message ni Mika sa akin noong magkasama nga si Coach Elvis. Saka si Sunday.
Correct.
Sa championship game.
Yes.
Diba?
Oh, kaya nga nung, what was that? Before the end of the third quarter or before halftime, napag-usapan natin si Sunday Special na nandito kanina, kausap ang ating mga VIP. So, yeah, kinuha rin siya ni Coach Elvis nung time niya sa Navotas.
Oo.
Yan ang unang team na hinawakan ni Coach Elvis. Then sumunod na Marikina and then obviously ngayon, Jensen.
Oo. Nasaan team nila nun? Al Magpayo was there.
Right.
2001
Mark
yun, no?
Magsumbol, former
Mark Magsumbol,
teammate of mine.
tama.
Yeah. Al also is a former teammate of mine. A very good player, smart player, can stretch the floor. Mark Sumbol, a good scorer. But Sunday, yeah, he was the guy.
Yeah, he was. And went on to have a very beautiful professional career.
Yeah, Jonathan Salvador also, I
Jonathan,
believe,
tama.
yeah, who is now in the US, I believe.
Yeah. Besoyo.
J.A. Coching, another former teammate of mine, part din ng team niya, kung di ako nagkakamali. And there's so many guys I'm missing. Vigan,
He finally
boundary.
scores.
Good skip pass.
Lakap continues to take threes. And Lars Sunga continues to punish his opponents down low. Basket and one. 16 points. Again, lone bright spot para sa Sarangani. Tenacity. Gets mo naman ba't tenacity, di ba?
Yeah, si Sunga.
Hindi. Yung moniker ng Sarangani.
Hindi.
Hindi.
Oh, bakit?
Kasi basa ni Richard Tampos, 10-up eh. Nakasulat naman talaga, 10-up.
Okay. Okay.
Diba?
Yun pala yun. Oh, ito. 10 na. Ayan, 10.
Double figures na.
Oh, sakto. Galing mo talaga mag-timing eh, Mr. Pangiliin.
Naman.
10 up, 10 points na rin si Sedorifa.
Lars Sunga continues to put in points. 18 now for Lars. 100. Nasa century mark na ang Mindoro. Kyle Perez cleans up his own miss. 102-78. Sarangani, fortunately, will drop down to another loss. May foul pa against Ronray Tolentino.
Really unnecessary. I'm not sure what happened right there in Tolentino. Bumagsak na lang, no? Nagulat na tayo, bumagsak na si Kuya Alves. Sa foul ni Tolentino. 3:54 remaining. Huwag na natin dagdagan pa ng ibang kulay itong larong to. Ayun, no? Tinulak. Hinila, rather. Huwag na natin lagyan ng ibang kulay. Puro, anong kulay ba to? Blue? Violet? Little...
Blue. Blue
Yeah,
naman.
blue, no? Blue.
Oh, wala namang violet. Blue.
Oh.
By the way, extreme ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Ganda ng bago nating mga uniforms. Salamat sa LGR.
Parang maganda rin siya sa maroon eh.
Sa maroon?
Oo naman. Parang disagree ka eh.
Hindi, kung kanya yun eh.
Tapos nagtataka ka, nagtututa ako sa paggaling sa'yo. Agree ka na lang.
O sige. Tolentino, pupukol sa 3. No good. Oo nga, maroon.
Yun na yun. Tapusin mo na ron.
Ayaw mo ng green.
Ha?
Green, ayaw. Green, yellow. O, parang pabor pa din sa'yo, yellow. Oh.
Dati may yellow tayo.
Nung prior to the pandemic, di ba?
Yeah. LG rin yata yun, LGR.
I'm not sure.
Di ba?
Baka.
LGR din yun, di ba?
Oo nga.
Naalala ko yun.
Tama. Ivan Kudyamat from EAC able to score. Player to niya na Coach Jergson. EAC Generals. 104-82. 3:14 left. Sean Andrews. Well, he might just grant your promise.
Wala pang
His
dang to.
promise pala.
Wala pang dang to eh.
Kaya nga eh. Unang larong kinover mo siya ng player of the game. Tama?
Yes. Deservingly so, by the way.
Pasay ba kalaban nila noon? Hindi. What was their opponent then? Pero alam ko sa Pasay din yun eh. Di ba?
You know what? It could have been... Posible Sarangani rin yun. Sa Pasay nangyari yun. Yun yung sure ako.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sa Pasay. Gamboa also in. Andrews will settle for a free. Actually, no, 2-point shot.
Yeah, mga 10 ganyan pa magbabago isip natin na siya maging best player. Within 2 minutes and 57. That would be a record if it happens. Sean Andrews hits his first 3.
Then, dos lang. Nakapak sa linya.
On the line?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kaya pala napangitin.
106-83. Well, we're covering all 6 teams today on Group A. Sa Group B, mas magulo yung doon eh. Because San Juan...
Enlighten me. Come on. Wala sa harapan natin. Sino yung mga teams?
6-0, San Juan.
Okay.
And then we had Caloocan beating Quezon yesterday. Had that big
1 loss pa lang ang
quarter.
Caloocan, tama?
Tig-isa lang sila
Tama.
ng Quezon. Then you have Pasay, who only has 1 loss as well against Caloocan.
Right.
Although they've yet to face teams like San Juan and Quezon. So those are the top 4 teams there. And then you have on the outside lurking in Ilagan Isabela and Ilagan Isabela. So nakikita at least 4 teams there vying for those 3 spots doon sa Group B, Coach Chris. And hindi pa naglalaban din ang San Juan and Quezon. CJ Tan hits a free.
And obviously, the way you explained it, especially to our viewers, since wala tayong visual ngayon, a much tougher conference. Record-wise compared, or conference, or bracket rather, not conference.
Bracket.
Yeah. Compared to the other bracket, which is ito.
Agawan sa bola. 106.88. Somehow, Sarangani managing to trim the deficit from a high of 30-plus points.
Somebody's down.
Gets Tolentino grabbing onto his right shoulder. Still down on the floor. Punyamat gives up the foul.
The right shoulder, holding onto his right shoulder.
Hindi niya ginagalaw eh.
Just making sure. That's something unfortunate, especially in a game like this, of how it turned out. Obviously, a runaway game, yun. But still managed to save the ball.
Yeah.
No, papasok na, no? Hindi lang yung presence of mind, eh, pati yung, you could just see yung parang habit, no? He didn't really need to do that, to be honest with you. Especially being up 20 at this point.
Flavor Dignadice, the nephew of Ives Dignadice at the line.
Yeah. Pero nakita mo naman, no, talagang even while he was hurting, you know, yung right shoulder niya, nakuha pa niyang, naisip pa niyang kunin yung bola dahil sa kanya rin papunta. I-save yun. I think it speaks a lot to how he is as a basketball player. You know, kaya yung mga ganung bagay.
108.89. Muntinlupa pala yung isang team na hindi ko nabanggit in Group B alongside Ilagan Isabela na on the outside looking in but still has a fighting chance of making it to the next round.
Buti na lang, hindi mo kanilimutan nyo kasi team ni Coach Jonathan Banal yan.
Kaya nga eh.
Oh. Just amazing, no? And nabanggit ko yun kasi isipin mo, binubuhat ko lang yan dati. Nung bata pa yan.
Sino?
Si Tantan.
Binubuhat mo?
Maliit pa yan, no? Si Jonathan Banal, anak ni Coach Koy yan, obviously. Diba? And playing for Coach Koy Banal in the PBL team. And obviously, they would watch the game. Sila magkapatid. Maliit pa sila nun. Hindi naman sobrang kulit nun si Coach Jonathan. Napakakulit lang.
Tinatry ko i-figure yung math eh. In terms of...
He was still young.
Okay.
He was still young. He was so young.
And mind you, was a terrific player in college.
Yeah.
Former NCAA Rookie of the Year. And now,
until he had a certain diagnosis.
Yeah.
No? And he had to recover. And then it's a good thing ngayon, obviously not playing anymore professionally, but coaching. Still active though in playing. Ito si Jonathan, and also a proud father.
yeah.
As Mindoro. Well, finally get the final score.
Kahit paano eh, naibaba na Sarangani, but still, a wire-to-wire victory by the Mindoro Tamaraws. And duplicating his strong performance the last time out, Marion Magat, na mas impressive pa nga itong numbers niya today against Sarangani.
17 points, 10 rebounds, 50% from the field. Perfect from the charity stripe. Again, flipping the script. You know, was the best player in the last game in a losing effort. A different story tonight. Hindi lang panalo. Panalong-panalo, a blowout win. Siya pa ang best player.
112-92 Mindoro beating Sarangani. And they improve to 3-3 in Group A. Up next, Bacolod Mascara versus the Jensen Warriors. Keep it here and locked in on the Maharlika Pilipinas Preseason Invitational 2026.